Good morning. Welcome to Atlanta and welcome back to Calvino's World. What I have for you in the background today is a snapshot walkthrough of the Polynesian Fest that happened in Chamblee this past weekend. But first, I want to go over all the Memorial Day weekend events that I have for you as of now and start getting into some of the upcoming June events. Now, it's not a comprehensive list of every single thing happening in Atlanta. It's just things that have popped up on my radar, and I figure I'd pass it on to you. So, the most massive one for sure that I've been to several times is the Jazz Festival. I've made a previous video for you before that you could check out in the link below. That is happening this weekend, and that's the one that if you do nothing else this weekend, you should at least stop by the Jazz Festival if you have never been. You can check it out for a couple of hours or make it an all day or even an all weekend event if you would like. It's just another one of those festivals that seem to happen when the weather is always absolutely perfect. Now, I do know the other week we had a little bit of thunderstorms that kind of interfered with the lantern parade, but there will always be sunny days that follow the next weekend. But yeah, if you have never been to the Jazz Festival, I highly recommend attending. It is a great people watching event, good music, and even if jazz isn't your genre of music, it's still good live music for free that you simply can't beat. In addition, another event that I know folks will sleep on, but it's still a can't miss event, is all the carnival events happening this weekend. Now, the main carnival event is the actual parade that terminates at Vine City. I believe it's the first time it's happening there because I know last year it was in a different location. Now, please don't be confused when I say carnival or Caribbean event. There are several of those that happen throughout the year and several that are actually happening this specific weekend. However, the event that I am talking about will be the main parade that happens and ends up at Vine City by the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They've built a brand new, beautiful park. Well, I say brand new, but it's at least a couple of years old now. And it reminds me of how the old Fourth Ward Park used to look when it was first built. There was a time when the trees there were still very small and very new, and you could look from one side of the old Fourth Ward Park to the other. But now, if you go to the old Fourth Ward Park, there are so many trees that you can't even see from one side to the other, and there's just plenty of shade everywhere, which makes the park really nice. And that's kind of the way I see the Vine City Park now. When those trees fully grow in, it will be an even more popular park than it is now. Now, I have attended community events there in the past, at least a couple of years ago when the park was brand new. But I didn't post a video, and I know I have it somewhere in the archives, and probably one day I'll get to it. All right, sorry, focus back to the carnival. The thing about the carnival event is it is extremely loud. There's no way I can translate on a video, on a YouTube video, the amount of energy that is happening at the parade. It is absolutely incredible. It feels like all the different dance groups and all the islands that are represented are all trying to compete to see who can be the loudest and who can be the most energetic. It is simply insane, and it is something that you have to witness firsthand. Trust me, if you've never been, I promise you won't regret it. This event is 100% free, so please don't confuse it with all the paid promotional carnival events happening this weekend in different clubs and restaurants and smaller parks throughout Atlanta all this weekend and throughout the year. Now, I know there's another legit one later in the year, later in the summer, which is the Atlanta Caribbean Seafood Festival that happens at Piedmont Park. I went to that one a while back, and yes, it's another one that I've got to dig out of the archives, but I will at some point bring it to you. As a matter of fact, I'm almost sure I'll bring that one to you before the end of summer. Anyway, as far as other events happening this weekend. So May 23rd, well, actually all weekend long, is the MOMOCON event. We've spoken about that before. It's one of those things that, is a Keep Atlanta Weird event. Um, a few weeks ago, we had the furry event. Uh, Coming up at the end of summer, we'll have Dragon Con. This weekend, as a matter of fact, there's also the Fringe Festival. Now, I have no idea what the differences are between these specific events. For me, it's just people dressing up in costumes. I don't mean to offend. I will say, as an outsider, it does kind of all look the same to me. It's just people dressing up in different costumes. Again, I don't mean to offend anyone. It because from the outside, it just looks like fun. Now, Atlanta United also has something tied in with MomoCon as well. Maybe it's discounted tickets. I don't know what it is. Don't take my word for it. Maybe it's just they want you to come dressed in your costume. I have no idea. So that's happening the 23rd through the 27th. On the 24th, there's the Beach on the Beltline at the skate park, which is the old Fourth Ward, well, near the old Fourth Ward Park, which we just talked about. We've talked previously on the 24th about the Prairie Land old school reggaeton event happening at the district. We already talked about the Jazz Festival. If you want to see a preview of what that looks like, I've posted a video from previous years that you can click on the link on the description below. In Atlantic Station on the 25th, there's the R&B Seafood Fest happening at Atlantic Station. On the 26th, there's the Daybreak Caribbean Breakfast Party. There's also music in the garden at in Decatur. You need a slower pace. We've already mentioned this before, but the Atlanta Fringe Festival is also happening. That's on the 27th. Again, I don't know exactly what that is, but there will be a link for you to click on below if you are interested. Other smaller events all throughout the city. There are plenty of farmers markets that are happening. The Decatur's Farmers Market, Grant Park Farmers Market, Virginia Highland has one, Piedmont Park has one. On the 27th, there's the Mimosa Festival breakfast. It's kind of like a wind down for the Caribbean Fest. So if you're interested in that, you might want to check that out. Every Saturday, and I'm sure that's also happening this Saturday as well, is the Chef's Market at Pullman Yards. I made a video for you previously for that. You can click on the link in the description below for that. All throughout the city, there are all kind of rooftop bars for you to attend. Now, a different experience, which isn't exactly like a rooftop bar, is the Ponce City Market. Although they do have a bar at top, it's more known for having an amusement park and miniature golf. You will need to buy tickets in order to access the rooftop on Ponce City Market, but it is an experience worth having if you have never been. Now, outside of this weekend, May 31st, there's the Old Fourth Ward Arts Festival. Also on the 31st, there's the Stanton Park Community Gathering. Getting into June 12th, there's the Hidden Figures Movie Night. I believe that's happening at Atlantic Station. It may be at 10th Street Park, or it actually could be at Colony Square. As we get closer to the date, I will try to post at the exact location. June 13th, there's the Render Fest. June 19th, closer to my heart, is the Club World Cup. So if you want to see Lionel Messi play in Atlanta, Inter Miami will play Porto at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium on June 19th. June 21st, there's the Water Lantern Festival happening down in Morrow. Also on June 21st, there's the Spoken Word Vibes. June 25th is the Big Tigger Beltline Bike Festival. I believe last time he had his bike fest at West Side Park. I wanted to go to that one, but I think I had a trip out of town at that time. And the next events I have are for July. Now, there are more events happening in June, but we'll get back to those as we get closer and I post more videos. So for now, that's all I have for you today. It should be a huge weekend, Memorial Day weekend. I'm sure there'll be plenty to get to that's not on my list. Whatever you do, guys, please be careful out there and enjoy the city. And I'll see you on the next video.
We're gonna have a Tahitian idol. All right, 2 teams. All right, dancers, let's break up our beautiful group up here. This half from this lane, and that half. Chief Tavi, if you can get a group name for your group. All right, team, what's our group name?
All right, guys, that wraps it up for the Polynesian review. Asian and Pacific Islander celebration for Chamblee, city of Chamblee. So I appreciate them putting this together. Actually was pretty nice. I only stayed about 30 minutes, 20 minutes of I was eating, but honestly, it's too hot out here, man. Whoever designed this thing, man, just look at it. They put trees over here, but there's no trees on the other side. So it's not shady at all, man. It's hot as hell on that cement, and I got to get to work anyway. I didn't get much sleep last night, so that wraps it up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. I hope this video was able to inform or entertain in some way. So if you got anything out of it, please return the love and hit the like button to help me grow the channel. It really does help. And if you happen to be going through a difficult time, please remember to get out there and explore for yourself. Live in the moment, live in the now. Take the time to appreciate all the little things and find the joy in life. Tomorrow is never promised. Forget about material matters and simply be grateful for each and every breath. Morning is always a new opportunity, one more chance to start over. And most importantly, just be good to each other. We're all we got. It's really that simple. And as always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. And doesn't look like a large crowd. All I saw was a food truck, but I'm assuming all these cars here are part of the event. And regardless, we will go see. Another thing, performers, I guess they do the haka probably, more than likely. No, not the haka. I'm sorry, I'm confusing that shit. They probably do like the hula hoop, the, you know, the fucking dresses, right? They probably do that shit. Dresses, right? They probably do that shit. The straw skirts. The, you know, the fucking dresses, right?